Hello, everyone. Dwayne Boswell Shell, the Boswell Law Firm, here for our Facebook Live Friday installment. Sorry I missed everybody last week. I had something that got me out of the office. My daughter had surgery, and so I was there with her through that. She's doing well, um, and life is getting back to normal now, so I'm back. This week I thought I would talk about bigamy. I get asked this question a lot, and a lot of people call wanting to do something about bigamy. And so I just kind of thought it would be helpful if I just shared what is bigamy and the criminal aspects that can be associated with committing bigamy. Now, for the definition, under the penal code, pull this up. An individual commits an offense if they are legally married and they purport to marry or do marry a person other than his spouse in Texas or any other state or foreign country under circumstances that would, but for the actor's prior marriage, constitute a marriage, or lives with the person other than his spouse in the state under the appearance of being married, or two, he knows that a married person other than his spouse is married and purports to marry or does marry that person in this state or any other state or foreign country under circumstances that would, but for the person's prior marriage, constitute a marriage, or lives with that person in this state under the appearance of being married. So, under the appearance of being married means holding out that the parties are married with cohabitation and an intent to be married by either party, um, otherwise known as common law here in Texas. And um, it is a defense that the actor reasonably believed at the time of the commission of the offense that the actor and the person whom the actor married or purported to marry, or with whom the actor lived under the appearance of being married, were legally eligible to be married because the actor's prior marriage was void or had been dissolved by death, divorce, or annulment. An actor's belief is reasonable only if that belief is sustained by a certified copy of a death certificate or other signed document issued by a court. So this basically that means if you live with somebody and you start calling somebody your spouse, but you're legally married to somebody else, and this is usually the most common form that I see, you are committing bigamy. So be very, very careful. This is another reason why it's good that when you split and you decide that you're not going to get back together with your spouse, just go ahead and get that divorce. Separate completely. Then you don't run the risk of having a bigamy charge. Because even just living with somebody and people think that you're married and you've told people that you're married to this second person, you're committing a crime. Um, you're also committing a crime if you know somebody's married and you go ahead and either legally marry them or live together and hold yourself out as husband and wife to others under a common law situation. So these are some very, very very easy to commit offenses that have quite a substantial criminal um, consequence that goes with them. Because when you commit felony, either by the one marrying when you're already married or marrying somebody that you know is married, then it is a third degree felony in Texas. Now, a third degree felony carries with it between 2 and 10 years in jail potential and up to a $10,000 fine. So that's probably a lot more than you would want to spend in time and money um, fighting this, because then in addition to that, if you want to get the divorce, you're going to be paying for the divorce. It's much cheaper just to go ahead and pay for the divorce and get that out of the way so that you don't run this risk. Now, another issue that you want to be very careful about is when you enter into a common law marriage with somebody and then you split up from them, you actually have to obtain a divorce just like you would if you went through a ceremonial marriage. That way, you're protecting yourself from any kind of a claim um, for bigamy, or that you were married to somebody and you married somebody else. Um, and I've seen it, happen time and time again. Everything's great. 2 years go by, and under Texas statutes, 2 years, it's presumed that no marriage existed if you were common law and you don't file divorce within 2 years from separation. Um, However, the statute of limitations on bigamy is much longer, and they can get very upset with you about anything and start pursuing bigamy charges against you, even though it's past that 2 years, because once again, it is a presumption, not set in stone, that there wasn't a marriage. So if they can come in and they can prove that you guys were common law married and you never got a divorce, then you could be in trouble with some bigamy charges. I've got a blog about that on my website. If anybody's interested, you can go and look at Am I a Common Law Bigamist? And just be careful and protect yourselves out there. So we're supposed to be getting some rain in the Houston area this weekend, so everybody be careful. And we will talk to you next week. As always, if you have any questions at all about this subject or any other subject, just reach out to us and we'll be happy to provide an answer, or find you an answer if we don't know it. That contact information is service@boswelltexaslaw.com, or you can give us a call at 832-919-6595, or you can send me a message through Facebook and I'll get with you. Have a great week, everyone, and we will see you next time.